So you want me to release the DeathCounter add-on so that you can download it and use it in your own worlds, right? The thing that we use on Truly Bedrock Season 2 that counts everybody's death. I am getting lots and lots of requests in comments and Discord and Twitter to release it as a pack to download, and I'm gonna tell you now, no, I'm not releasing it because there's a good reason. It's not that I'm mean, and it's not because I don't want to share it, but the add-on itself uses the player entity file in order to make it work, which means if you try and use it with any other type of add-on, there's a strong chance it's going to conflict with the other add-ons and it's going to cause problems, and then I will just get a massive wave of people in my Discord and people on Twitter and people in my comments telling me that it's broken and it doesn't work, and I don't want to have to deal with that for a little add-on like a DeathCounter. So instead, I'm going to show you how to make your own. I think that's fair and reasonable compromise, don't you? Let's get into this. Before we get into this, I would like to say that if you've never made an add-on before or you've never fiddled with this sort of stuff before, then it is worth checking out the Minecraft Gamepedia wiki on how to make an add-on pack. Familiarize yourself with how to lay it out and build the folder structure and everything else. I'm going to assume you know a lot of this stuff before we go too far into it, because yeah, it's all here. All of the information's already here, so I shouldn't need to teach you all of this stuff as well. So let's get into how we actually make the DeathCounter. Well, let's start at the beginning, shall we? You need to navigate to your com.mojang folder. If you don't know where that is, or you're not working on Windows 10, then you're going to struggle. I will say again, go back to that wiki page and figure it out. And I would suggest you start off by opening the development behavior packs folder. You're going to start off in there, and eventually we'll move the finished behavior pack into your actual behavior packs folder. So double click on that, and we're going to create a new folder. So right click, go to new, go to folder, and let's call it DeathCounter. And I would probably do it without a space in, just so that there's no issues, although I'm pretty sure you can use a space, but let's leave the space out just in case. So let's open that folder up, right click, go to new, I'm going to go to text document, and we're going to call it manifest.json, JSON, and we're going to say yes, and we're going to open that up in our favorite notepad editor. Now, I use Notepad++. You might be using the normal notepad that comes with Windows. You might be using something completely different. It really doesn't make any difference at all. The easiest way to create the data for your manifest file is to copy it from another pack that you've downloaded from the internet. Here's one I've got for Big TNT. I'm going to copy using Control-C and then Control-V, paste that into here, and I'm going to change the name to DeathCounter. And then I need a completely unique UUID, and the way I get that is by searching Google for UUID generator. Click on the top link, it is the version 4 that you want. Click generate version 4 UUID, and you will get this number at the top with a button next to it that says copy. Click that button, it will change to copied, and then between the two quotes, paste that into your file. We need one more down here. So we're going to highlight that between the two quotes, go back to our website and click refresh, copy it again, go back to our notepad and hit Control-V to paste it in there. Now we have a completely unique manifest file, and we can save that and we can close our example one. If you're desperately wanting one, you can copy and paste yourself in a pack icon, or you can make one with something like Photoshop. Basically, any PNG file that's a decent size that is pack_icon.png should work. And then we need to create another couple of folders. So we're going to right click, go to new, and then folder, and we're going to type entity. Press enter, and then right click, new, and folder. And this one is going to be called animation controllers. Make sure you spell both of those correctly. Press enter to confirm and double click the entities file. Next, we're going to need to get hold of the actual player entity file from the Minecraft game, which means downloading the vanilla behavior pack. Get yourself back over to Google, type in Minecraft Bedrock Vanilla Behavior Pack, and click on the top link, which should be minecraft.net en-us addons. Click on that, and you should be able to get the vanilla one down here. Click on behavior packs there, and that should open a download window where you can then save that to your downloads folder or wherever you like, and then you can click that to open up the archive. In that archive, navigate to entities and then scroll down till you get to player, and then basically drag it into your other folder, or you can copy and paste it. Once we've got that, we're going to double click it, Or for you might need to do right click, open with, and then find your notepad. And once you've got it open in a place where you can edit it, we're going to add some lines. Now, the first thing I like to do when I've opened this file is with a plugin that I've got as part of Notepad++ is JSON Viewer Format JSON will actually format it for me so we've got the correct spacing. If you don't have that, it doesn't matter. It just makes it a little bit easier to see what you're working with. Then after the is_experimental false line, hit comma and then hit enter. And then we're going to type in a couple of lines. The first part is scripts, and then animate, and then death count. Make sure you've got an open brace and a square bracket, a closed square bracket and a closed brace there. Then another comma, and then we're going to type in animations, open brace, death count, colon, controller.animation.death count, and then close your brace, no comma after that one, and that's it. That's all we need to do for the player.json file. Now we want to make sure we haven't made any mistakes there. So I'm going to go to edit, select all, and then Control-C or edit copy to copy it. And we're going to come over to a website called JSONLint, the JSON validator, and we're going to hit Control-V to paste it in there, and then click validate JSON, and it should say at the bottom valid JSON in green. If it's not, if you've put a comma in the wrong place, for instance, or you've done the wrong type of bracket and you click validate, it will tell you there is an error and it should highlight where that is. Now, it might not be overly obvious if you've never done JSON work before what that error is, and if you haven't, then good luck to you with this pack. As long as you've copied and pasted exactly what I said to do, then you should be absolutely fine. So once that's all done and you're happy that it's all correct, then you can save it by going to File and Save, or hitting Control-S on your keyboard. And now we need to do one more file. Back in our folder, we can go back to the DeathCounter main one, and then we're going to go into the animation controllers file. In this folder, we are going to right click, go to new, and go to text document, and we're going to call it DeathCount.json or JSON, hit enter, and then open that file. Now, at this point, it might be a good idea to go back to our zip file and see if we can find some animation controllers to copy in there, but unfortunately, the vanilla behavior pack doesn't actually have any. So you're going to have to copy and paste mine instead. And what we're going to be typing in is all of that. So basically what we've got here is the formatting for an animation controller as part of a behavior pack. This is not a resource pack animation controller. This is a behavior pack animation controller, and they are completely different. We have the format version, we have animation controllers, and then the bit that's most important is this death_count bit here. This is what is referenced to here and here and here. If you've got it different or it's spelt different, this will not work. So what we're saying here, the initial state of the player is being alive. When the player is alive, it is possible to transition to being dead by querying whether the player is alive. If the player is not alive, it will transition to the player being dead, and then if the player is alive again, it will transition back to the player being alive by basically querying, is the player alive? So what this is saying is when it's leaving the alive state, when it's going from being alive to being dead, it's going to run these three commands here. The first one is scoreboard objectives add death count dummy deaths, and that actually just sets up the scoreboard for that. Once that's been done, you don't actually need to run that ever again, but just saves you having to run additional commands in the game. The second one is scoreboard players add @s, which stands for the player that has died, death count 1, that adds 1 to the death count, and then scoreboard objectives set display list. And this one also only ever needs to be run once. That will actually put the list of the death count on your pause menu when you press escape or when you go to the pause menu in game. If you don't run that one, then you'll never be able to see the death count unless you know how to work with scoreboards. This one and this one only ever need to be run once, so you could effectively delete those after they've been run once, but I would leave them in because it makes no difference. Once you've got that exactly like it is, you can copy and paste it from the description below, go to File and Save, or hit Control-S on your keyboard, and that is your death counter behavior pack completely done. So now you can open up Minecraft. So we've loaded up Minecraft, and we can go to settings, and we can go to global resources and my packs, and you'll see it's not in there because it's actually a behavior pack, so don't worry about that. If you click on storage and behavior pack, you will see it's there, and it doesn't show that there are any issues with it. If there's an issue, you might get something like a yellow icon like that. But there's no issues with it. It seems fine according to the game. Come out of that, go to play, create your new world or a world that you've already got that exists. Call it whatever you want. Scroll down on the left-hand side to behavior packs, go to my packs, go to your death counter and click activate, and it will say this is going to turn off achievements. In order to add any add-on to the game, you have to turn off achievements. This is just something that's built into the game. There's nothing you can do about it. So click continue and then click create, or if this is an existing world, then you'll be able to just add it to your world and open that world. Now we need to test it. So as you can see, I'm in the world, and if I click the escape screen, there is no death counter there because I haven't died yet. So let's kill myself, and I'm going to cheat by typing it as in a command. And now once I've died, you should see if we press escape, there we go. Steve has 1 death. So there you go. That is how to build a death counter add-on pack. You should all now be perfectly capable of doing that. And once you're happy with it, and once the game said it's worked, you can take it, you can right click it, and if you've got a zip file program like I have installed, you can do add to archive, and you can call it DeathCounter.mc addon, like so. And then when you double click that, that will actually load into your Minecraft game as a proper behavior pack and not just a development one. However, if you try and install it on the same Minecraft account that you've already got it as a development one on for, it will tell you that it will fail. So there you go. Look, it's failed because it's already found one. Just delete what you did before. Grab this, paste it somewhere else on your PC, maybe in your downloads folder or your My Documents folder or somewhere like that. Then double click it and the game should then install it without any problem. Just like that, successfully imported Death Counter. And now when we go to work on our world, it will still be in the behavior packs thing there, and it's absolutely great. Good to go. So yeah, now you've got your own death counter, and if there are problems with it, you can only blame yourselves. Hurrah! So please, please, please don't spam my chat or the comments or my Discord with this doesn't work. I've already said at the beginning of this video that it won't play with any other add-on that also use the entity controller. If you have any other add-on that uses this player controller here, this pack will not work. So please, please, please don't moan at me if you're trying to use this with other add-ons and it won't play with it, okay? Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!